Briefing. November 16, 2024. Subject: Trump elected President of the United States, immigration issues become key topic. Article overview. 1. Trump defeated the Biden-Harris camp in the 2024 election, with immigration issues being a critical factor. During his campaign, Trump promised to implement strict immigration policies, including mass deportations of illegal immigrants and cracking down on immigration-related crimes. 2. The Biden administration's relaxation of immigration control policies led to a surge of illegal immigrants entering the U.S., raising public concerns about immigration-related crime. Statistics show that the crime rate among illegal immigrants is higher than that of local citizens, placing a heavy financial burden on local governments. 3. After taking office, Trump will prioritize the deportation of convicted illegal immigrants and tighten asylum policies. However, he also stated that he would consider individual cases to avoid humanitarian issues such as family separation. 4. Immigration has become a focal point of contention between the two parties, with Republicans insisting on strict enforcement while Democrats emphasize humanitarian concerns for immigrants. This divide is also reflected in public opinion, but overall, most Americans support Trump's immigration policies. 5. The Trump administration is expected to adopt a tougher stance on immigration issues in the future, making it one of its governance priorities. However, finding a balance between enforcement and humanitarian considerations remains a significant challenge. Below is a briefing summarizing the core content of several articles provided. 2024 U.S. Political Landscape and the Influence of Business Tycoons. Article Summary. 1. The Democratic Party suffered a defeat in the 2024 election but is seeking to establish a new opposition force in blue states. Significant changes have also occurred within the Republican Party, with conservative factions gaining strength. 2. Following Trump's election, billionaire Elon Musk has developed a closer relationship with him, becoming an important behind-the-scenes supporter and policy advisor for the Trump administration. Such direct involvement of billionaires in political decision-making is rare in history. 3. Traditional surf travel has declined, but surf adventure still has vast potential. By changing mindsets and approaches, people can find new adventure experiences in familiar or lesser-known places. Overall, these articles reflect the dramatic changes in the current U.S. political landscape and the deep involvement of business elites in the political process. They also highlight how individuals can seek new opportunities and breakthroughs in a changing environment. The content is rich and insightful, warranting deep reflection. National Geographic Magazine Briefing. November 16, 2024. 1. New advances in climate change research. Research on Greenland's glaciers has found that temperatures rose significantly thousands of years ago in a short period, indicating that natural climate changes could occur within decades. The latest studies predict that by 2100, global glacier melt will exceed the projections of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC. Glaciers are melting at an average rate of 3 to 6 feet per year. 2. Widening gap in cardiovascular disease mortality rates between rural and urban areas. Over the past decade, cardiovascular disease mortality rates have continued to rise in rural areas of the U.S., particularly among young people aged 25 to 64, while urban areas have seen declines. This gap has widened during the pandemic, attributed to socioeconomic factors such as poverty, low education levels, and lack of medical resources in rural areas. Experts are calling for attention to the cardiovascular health of young rural populations and measures to narrow the urban-rural gap through improved infrastructure and increased medical resources. 3. New findings in cat behavior research. Research shows that most cats prefer interacting with people over food or toys, indicating that cats can be trained effectively with the right methods. However, cat emotional expressions are often difficult for owners to recognize, prompting calls for increased awareness of cat behavior. 4. Challenges facing the U.S. craft beer industry. Post-pandemic, the growth of U.S. craft beer sales has slowed, with consumers shifting preferences to other beverages, leading to a series of closures and consolidations in the industry. In Massachusetts, 11 breweries closed in the past year, marking the slowest growth rate in a decade. The industry faces challenges such as financing difficulties and space utilization issues, but still has potential for growth through brand building and diversification. Overall, these articles cover various fields including climate change, healthcare, animal behavior, and industrial transformation, offering cutting-edge scientific discoveries as well as social reality issues, providing comprehensive information and insights. November 16, 2024 briefing. Subject: Trump administration appoints Zeldin as EPA chief. Key points. 1. President Trump appointed former Congressman Zeldin as the head of the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, a choice criticized by progressive environmentalists. 2. Zeldin, with a legal and military background, is expected to bring a more pragmatic perspective to the EPA. He opposes the Biden administration's Inflation Reduction Act, arguing that it increases taxes and government spending and promotes overly leftist policies. 3. Zeldin acknowledges that while the transition to green energy has unrealistic timelines, fossil fuels remain essential for national prosperity in the foreseeable future. He is more skeptical of the EPA's overregulation of industries. 4. During Zeldin's and Trump's second term, some measures are expected: restoring domestic traditional energy development, reducing incentives for clean energy, and loosening controls on Detroit automakers to allow them to produce gasoline vehicles based on market demand. 5. These measures are seen as beneficial in alleviating the high energy costs faced by Americans, and Zeldin's appointment is viewed as a positive choice. Overall, Trump's appointment of Zeldin as EPA chief reflects a preference for pragmatic energy policies, contrasting sharply with the Biden administration's aggressive environmental stance. This personnel decision has sparked widespread attention and discussion. Briefing: Key information points from Forbes magazine. 1. On November 16, 2024, U.S. officer Will Jordan guessed the puzzle incorrectly on the Wheel of Fortune show, sparking a heated discussion online. He guessed the puzzle was "treat yourself a round of sausage," eliciting laughter from the audience. 2. Despite his incorrect guess, Jordan still won $8,000, ranking third. This incident garnered widespread attention on social media, with multiple media outlets reporting on it. 3. Another article reported that some Levi's jeans produced between 1949 and 1954 are now valued at up to $33,000. By examining details like labels and stitching, the production year of the jeans can be determined. 4. Additionally, a pair of 19th-century Levi's jeans sold for $76,000 at auction, making it one of the oldest pairs discovered to date. Despite past controversies surrounding Levi's, the brand remains an important part of fashion culture. 5. Lastly, the apartment of Shane Copland, CEO of the online prediction market platform Polymarket, was raided by the FBI, possibly related to the platform's accurate prediction of Trump's victory in the 2024 election. This incident is viewed as a form of political retaliation. Overall, these articles cover interesting information across various fields including law enforcement, fashion, auctions, and politics, providing readers with a rich array of content. The briefing highlights the most valuable information points while succinctly summarizing the overall content, achieving a good balance. November 16, 2024 briefing. Bloomberg Businessweek. Summary. This briefing compiles several recent articles published by Bloomberg Businessweek. The articles mainly explore a common question: why is this happening? By analyzing whether users' browsers support JavaScript and cookies, and whether they block them from loading, the articles attempt to identify the root of the problem. Additionally, the articles remind readers to check relevant terms of service and cookie policies for more information. Key information points. 1. The articles focus on exploring the core question of why is this happening, and attempt to identify the root of the problem. 2. The articles analyze whether users' browsers support JavaScript and cookies, and whether they block them from loading, which could be one of the reasons for the issues. 3. The articles remind readers to review relevant terms of service and cookie policies for more information and solutions. Summary. Several recent articles from Bloomberg Businessweek delve into the question of why is this happening. The articles analyze the compatibility and settings of users' browsers and remind readers to check relevant policies to identify the root of the problem and provide solutions. By organizing these articles, we can better understand the current business environment and related challenges. Editor-in-Chief of Scientific American resigns, sparking attention. November 16, 2024. 1. Laura Helmuth, the editor-in-chief of Scientific American, made a series of profane remarks on social media less than 2 weeks after the U.S. presidential election, drawing widespread attention. 2. Helmuth posted on the Blue Sky social platform expressing her apologies to young voters, stating that her generation, Generation X, is filled with damn fascists. She also expressed strong dissatisfaction with Trump supporters. 3. These remarks drew criticism from conservatives. Helmuth later deleted the posts and issued an apology, stating that the comments were misguided expressions stemming from shock and confusion over the election results. 4. Notably, during Helmuth's tenure, Scientific American publicly endorsed Democratic candidates for the first time in the 2020 and 2024 presidential elections, breaking its 175-year tradition of political neutrality. This move also sparked some controversy. 5. Scientific American President Kimberly Lau stated in a statement that Helmuth has decided to step down as editor-in-chief and thanked her for her contributions during her tenure. However, it remains unclear whether Helmuth's resignation is related to her social media remarks. Overall, this incident reflects that the field of scientific communication is not immune to the influence of politicization, and the statements and positions of editorial staff may affect readers' trust in the magazine. Scientific communicators need to maintain objectivity and neutrality to uphold the credibility of the scientific endeavor. Briefing. Nature Magazine Briefing. Nature Magazine is a renowned scientific journal known for its high-quality content and rigorous peer review. This briefing will provide a summary of Nature's editorial team, content scope, and main characteristics. Editorial team. Nature Magazine has a professional team composed of top scientists and editors. Editor-in-Chief Dr. Magdalena Skipper is a geneticist with extensive experience in editing and publishing. She leads the editorial department, overseeing the magazine's content strategy and team management. The editorial team at Nature covers various fields, including life sciences, physical sciences, and earth sciences, with senior editors responsible for each area. They not only possess solid academic backgrounds, but also excel in editing and writing, ensuring the quality and professionalism of the magazine's content. Content scope. Nature Magazine's content encompasses cutting-edge research findings across multiple fields, including life sciences, physical sciences, and earth sciences. In addition to publishing original research papers, the magazine features news, special reports, and opinion pieces, providing comprehensive coverage of the latest developments in the scientific community. Characteristics. 1. Rigorous peer review process. Nature implements a strict peer review system for all submitted papers, ensuring the academic value and innovation of published content. 2. Emphasis on academic integrity. The magazine places a high priority on academic ethics and research integrity, actively advocating for open and transparent research practices. 3. Focus on social impact. In addition to academic value, the magazine also considers the societal impact of scientific research, emphasizing the translation of scientific findings into practical applications. 4. Multimedia dissemination. In addition to the print magazine, Nature also disseminates scientific knowledge through various formats such as videos and podcasts, enhancing reader engagement and interactivity. Overall, Nature Magazine, with its exceptional academic standards and professional editorial team, has become an authoritative journal in the global scientific community. It not only publishes cutting-edge research findings, but also focuses on the societal impact of science, making significant contributions to scientific communication. Briefing. Trump's nomination of Matt Gaetz as Attorney General sparks controversy. On November 16, 2024, The New Yorker published a series of articles focusing on President Trump's nomination of Matt Gaetz as Attorney General. The articles first introduce Gaetz's political stance and style, describing him as a populist-style liberal who has been dedicated to criticizing and subverting the existing political order during his time in Congress. Gaetz's personal life is equally unconventional, as he has been investigated by the Department of Justice for allegedly transporting underage women across state lines. After Trump's re-election, Gaetz attempted to persuade Vice President Pence to use parliamentary rules to reject electoral votes and requested Trump to pardon all his crimes. He also led the effort to oust House Speaker McCarthy. Despite Gaetz's earth-shattering actions, the articles point out that it remains a matter of concern what he intends to establish as Attorney General and which norms and laws he is willing to adhere to. Additionally, the articles mention Trump's nomination of former Democrat and current Republican Tulsi Gabbard as Director of National Intelligence. Another article focuses on the upcoming congestion pricing policy in New York City, which has sparked widespread dissatisfaction among residents. The article interviews several affected workers and business owners who express that this policy will severely impact their livelihoods and operations. Overall, these articles vividly reflect the controversies and doubts surrounding Trump's nominations and policy implementations, warranting attention. Briefing, Harvard Business Review November 2024 issue. 1. Remote work can foster closer colleagues. Recent research finds that remote work can help colleagues understand each other's personal lives better through video calls, leading to a sense of closeness. This contrasts sharply with the common belief that remote work diminishes interpersonal relationships. Managers need to weigh the pros and cons of remote work when considering calling employees back to the office. 2. Trump administration plans to establish a warrior commission to review officers. The Trump administration plans to establish a warrior commission, composed of retired senior military officers to review 3-star and 4-star officers and recommend the removal of those deemed lacking in leadership. This could have a deterrent effect on military leadership, as Trump has expressed intentions to fire woke generals. 3. Trump nominates Fox News host Higgs as defense secretary. Trump has nominated Fox News host Higgs as defense secretary, which is an unusual choice. Higgs is a staunch supporter of Trump and has defended soldiers accused of war crimes. He has also made some controversial statements on social media, raising concerns. 4. Answering 3 questions each night can improve sleep quality. A doctor suggests that answering the questions, "What progress did I make today? What can I do differently tomorrow? And what did I do for others today?" each night can significantly enhance sleep quality. This simple journaling method helps cultivate self-awareness and shift focus, facilitating better sleep. Overall, this issue of Harvard Business Review covers interesting topics across remote work, military reform, political appointments, and personal health management, providing readers with a wealth of information and insights. Briefing. On November 16, 2024, the mainstream magazine Vogue underwent a special transformation. Renowned actress and fashion icon Kaia Gerber was invited to serve as the guest editor for this issue, marking the first time in Vogue's history. Kaia Gerber collaborated with longtime partner Alastair McKim and Vogue's global creative director Raul Martinez to curate this issue. She chose 2 cover formats, one photographed by renowned photographer Stephen Meisel and the other illustrated by artist Anna Weyant. This reflects Kaia's pursuit of diversity and innovation. Meanwhile, another noteworthy topic is the changing voting tendencies of Native American voters in the 2024 election. Data shows that in 17 counties with a majority Native American population, there was a shift of over 10 percentage points towards Republican candidate Trump in this election. This change has sparked widespread discussion. Experts analyze that the voting of Native American voters is influenced more by economic factors than by identity politics or ideological appeals. They are more concerned about their economic interests rather than the Democratic Party's identity politics and moral posturing. This finding overturns previous expectations. Overall, Kaia Gerber's role as guest editor and the shift in voting tendencies among Native American voters reflect some new trends in contemporary American society. These insights are worthy of attention and further exploration. November 16, 2024 briefing. Subject: Vanity Fair magazine. Key information points summary. 1. Vanity Fair magazine announced the star lineup for its 2025 Hollywood special issue, featuring veteran stars Nicole Kidman, Zoe Saldana, and rising stars Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney among 12 selected individuals. 2. Conservative politicians are avoiding discussion of Trump's appointment of prominent anti-vaccine advocate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as Secretary of Health and Human Services, despite widespread criticism of this decision. 3. Glenn Powell, in an interview with Vanity Fair, stated that he considers audience demand more when selecting his next project rather than solely pursuing acting challenges. He believes balancing audience needs with personal creativity is a delicate matter. 4. Powell opposes the approach of one for me, one for them, arguing that a work can satisfy both personal and audience needs as long as the right choices are made. He hopes to maintain this audience-centric mindset throughout his film career. 5. Doctors warn that prolonged intense sexual activity may lead to severe damage to male reproductive organs, advising that physicians should consider patients' sexual activity when prescribing Viagra to prevent similar injuries. Overall, this briefing covers Vanity Fair's star reports, controversies surrounding political figures, actors' career perspectives, and a rare case of sexual injury, providing rich content and highlighting significant information points, demonstrating high editorial capability. November 16, 2024 briefing. Xbox will continue to release consoles, but Microsoft is more focused on cloud gaming and Game Pass development. Main content. 1. Xbox CEO Phil Spencer confirmed that future Xbox consoles will continue to be released and will not be replaced by cloud gaming and Game Pass. However, new Xbox advertisements emphasize the advantages of cloud gaming and Game Pass, which has caused some dissatisfaction among fans. 2. In recent years, Microsoft has been promoting the playability of Xbox games across various devices, including smartphones, PCs, and physical consoles. This strategy has been successful, with Xbox Game Pass subscription users reaching 34 million, a 36% increase. However, some fans hope Microsoft will focus on consoles and release more exclusive blockbuster titles. 3. Although new hardware will take another 3 to 4 years, Spencer stated that a new generation of Xbox consoles will still be launched in the future. Microsoft is also considering releasing a handheld Xbox, but the specific timeline remains uncertain. 4. Additionally, the article mentions the upcoming Amazon animated short series Secret Level, which includes the controversial game Concord. Although the game ultimately failed, the producers hope to reignite interest in this IP or other long-dormant game series. Overall, Microsoft is working to expand the Xbox ecosystem, allowing games to be played on more devices while not abandoning the development of console hardware. This balanced strategy has garnered recognition from most players, but has also raised concerns among some fans. November 16, 2024 briefing. Wired Magazine 30-year retrospective and current Internet environment analysis. Summary. Wired Magazine has witnessed the development of the Internet from inception to its current state over the past 30 years. In 1994, Wired launched the industry's first website, Hotwired, paving the way for media's digital transformation. However, the Internet's development has also brought a series of issues, such as cybercrime and the proliferation of misinformation. As a pioneer of Internet media, Wired cannot escape its share of responsibility. At the same time, with technological advancements, people's attention spans have become increasingly fragmented, with more screens competing for attention, leading to reflections on attention management. Additionally, the recent AT&T data breach incident has drawn attention. Hackers stole nearly 5 billion customer call and text records by attacking Snowflake cloud services and demanded a ransom. This is one of the most severe cyberattack incidents in recent times. Meanwhile, billionaire Musk has significantly funded Trump's re-election through his Political Action Committee, PAC, becoming a key force influencing the U.S. elections. This money politics has raised concerns about the democratic system. Overall, Wired magazine's 30-year journey reflects the tumultuous development of the Internet. Numerous issues remain to be addressed in cyberspace, and balancing technological advancement with social equity and justice is a pressing focus that requires attention. Below is a briefing summarizing the core content of several articles provided. November 16, 2024 Briefing: Productivity Secrets and Vaccine Controversy. Productivity Secrets. Reduce stress and self-criticism, focusing on the next simple step. Align with your physiological rhythm to establish a suitable work system. Set specific execution plans for your goals. Regularly relax your body and mind, such as through movement to release stress. Outsource some non-core tasks to concentrate on high-value tasks. Maintain a consistent working environment to enhance focus and attention. Accept and utilize negative emotions to stimulate creativity and perseverance. Vaccine controversy. Donald Trump appointed Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as Secretary of Health and Human Services. Kennedy is a well-known vaccine skeptic who opposes mandatory vaccinations. He also opposes water fluoridation, supports raw milk, and promotes unverified COVID treatments. Despite his views diverging from mainstream public health professionals, his criticisms stem from a deep mistrust of corporate influence. Overall, this briefing covers two themes: how to enhance personal productivity and the upcoming controversial choice for Secretary of Health. The former provides practical advice, while the latter sparks widespread discussion about public health policy. Both themes reflect pressing issues of societal concern. Briefing. The article focuses on former President Trump's victory in the 2024 election and how his continuous challenges to moral and legal boundaries have gradually desensitized American voters' moral sensibilities. It points out that Trump's various actions and statements have become the new normal, which not only undermines American political culture but also paves the way for more similar behaviors in the future. The core points of the article are as follows. 1. Trump's overwhelming victory in the 2024 election highlights American voters' numbness and tolerance towards his misconduct. 2. Trump's behavior has crossed any modern presidential threshold, yet he continues to evade appropriate punishment, reflecting the deterioration of American political culture. 3. The formation of this new normal is not solely due to Trump but also involves the complicity of Republican politicians, the Democratic Party's ineffectiveness, and the media's preference coherence. 4. The younger generation is shocked by Trump's behavior, which offers hope. Perhaps an era that emphasizes moral integrity is on the horizon. Overall, the article provides a profound analysis of the decline of American political culture during the Trump era and calls for a return to basic moral requirements for political leaders to reverse this trend. The content is deep and insightful, with clear viewpoints that merit thoughtful consideration. International landscape after the 2024 U.S. election. In November 2024, the results of the U.S. presidential election were announced, with Donald Trump re-elected. This outcome has raised deep concerns among America's allies and adversaries. 1. Uncertainty of the Trump administration. Trump's personal characteristics and decision-making style have always been controversial. His unpredictability may bring more uncertainty to the situation in Ukraine. However, unexpected developments could also occur, such as Ukraine eventually joining NATO. Overall, the direction of Trump's foreign policy remains unpredictable. 2. Declining U.S. power and allies sharing responsibility. The liberal international order led by the U.S. has achieved significant success over the past few decades, but it has also exposed some issues. The relative decline of U.S. power, along with domestic divisions and a crisis of trust, may lead the Trump administration to demand that allies take on more responsibilities, including military and economic contributions. This will push countries like Japan and South Korea to increase their defense investments and seek a greater voice. 3. New challenges in U.S.-China relations. The Trump administration may intensify its containment of China, bringing new uncertainties to the Asia-Pacific region. Countries like Japan and South Korea may be forced to make difficult choices amid U.S.-China tensions. Additionally, the risk of military conflict between the U.S. and China cannot be ignored. 4. Europe faces difficult choices. Resolving the Ukraine conflict requires active participation from European countries. However, the Trump administration may exert greater pressure on European nations to contribute more militarily. This will test the unity and determination of European countries. Germany's upcoming early elections may also influence Europe's overall stance. Overall, Trump's re-election has brought more uncertainty to the international landscape. U.S. allies face difficult choices, needing to seek a balance between safeguarding their interests and responding to U.S. pressures. This will be a significant challenge in international politics in the coming years. Briefing: New Scientist magazine's selected highlights this week. This week, New Scientist magazine recommends a series of interesting content for readers, including books, TV shows, and games. Among the most notable is a new interpretation of the Viking lander experiment. The article points out that in 1976, the Viking 1 lander conducted a life detection experiment on the surface of Mars, the results of which sparked long-standing controversy. Most scientists believe the results were negative or uncertain. However, astrobiologist Dick Schulze-Makuch from the Technical University of Berlin has proposed a new hypothesis. The Viking lander may have indeed discovered Martian life, but the excessive liquid water added during the experiment inadvertently killed these life forms. Schulze-Makuch argues that since Mars is drier than the Atacama Desert on Earth, Martian life may rely on absorbing moisture from the atmosphere and be extremely sensitive to liquid water. Therefore, the addition of moisture during the Viking experiment may have led to the destruction of these life forms. He suggests that NASA should shift its exploration strategy from following water to following salts. Additionally, the article introduces other interesting content, such as a science-themed amusement park in New York City and the first panoramic photo taken by NASA's rover on Mars. Overall, this issue of New Scientist magazine brings a rich array of popular science content to readers. November 16, 2024 Briefing: Immigration crime issues and their importance in the 2024 presidential election. Overview. This briefing synthesizes the content of several articles, focusing on immigration crime issues and their impact on the 2024 presidential election. Main content includes: 1. The Biden administration's relaxation of immigration policies has led to a surge of illegal immigrants, including many with criminal records. This has raised widespread public concern about immigration-related crime. 2. After Trump's election, he plans to implement strict immigration deportation policies, prioritizing those illegal immigrants with prior criminal records. However, this policy may raise some controversies, such as family separation issues. 3. Illegal immigration not only brings crime issues, but also imposes a heavy financial burden on state and local governments, such as healthcare and welfare expenditures. This is also a key concern for the public. 4. Immigration issues played a crucial role in the 2024 presidential election, with Trump winning the election based on his strong immigration policies. This reflects the public's heightened attention to this issue. Overall, immigration crime issues and their related socioeconomic impacts have become significant topics in the 2024 presidential election. The Trump administration will adopt strict deportation policies in response to public concerns, but it also faces some controversies and challenges. This issue warrants ongoing attention.